Hi. So today we are going to run through financial disclosure, which is a tool that all InfoTrack clients have access to. If you're using Smokeball, there will be a button located here, which we can click to get started. We'll then open up a browser window for us, which will look something like this. It's going to bring across information from your matter about your client. So their given name, family name, email, and then phone number. Once we select place order, it's then going to send a link to that email address for your client to begin their financial disclosure journey through us. We do have the option of including a bank statement analysis and categorization report. So we'll tick that on to see what it looks like, and we'll hit place order. Once we've selected place order, it's going to take us straight to our dashboard here, which we have a couple of different actions available. We can resend the invitation if we need to, if the client has lost it and they need to regain access to it just by using this button over here. We can view details on past financial disclosures, as well as download the documents that were sent through. What I'll do now is show you what the email looks like that's going to your clients, which is just this one here. Pretty straightforward, just letting them know what essentially is going to happen here. And then we can just hit start financial disclosure, which will open up to a browser for them. Straight off the bat, it gives them a good overview of what sort of things they're going to be doing through this journey with us. It is just a 4-step process, should be very quick. We've had clients complete this in about 30 minutes. But you can see we have ability to connect to financial services, government services, and then compile the documents that are collected, and then finalize and send to your solicitor. We'll hit continue. They will be sent a 2-factor authentication code. This is obviously just another layer of security to ensure the correct person is accessing this platform. And straight away, once we're inside, we can start by selecting all the things that pertain to us. So we're acting as the client now. We're going to say we've got bank accounts, superannuation, property, vehicles, and we'll say we've got credit card and mortgage. We can also say we'll put in our salary and wages in here as well. We now have the opportunity to put in our address, which is going to get us a valuation report, which I'll show you what that is in a little bit. Your client can put as many addresses or as many properties as they own in here, and the charge will stay the same. We'll also have the opportunity to put in our registration number, which is there. Green tick essentially means that we found it in our system and can get a valuation report on it. So we'll go next. This is where your client has the opportunity to connect their online banking. So we'll go in here for a second, hit agree, Commonwealth Bank for a good example. From there, they would just need to put in their client number and password. And from that, we will automatically grab 1 year worth of bank statements without them having to actually download any statements themselves. For now, though, we'll just skip. And then same information put in here. So we're going to grab notices of assessment, tax returns, and super fund details just by your client connecting their MyGov. So similar function, put in them with first name here, and then we have the opportunity to log into our MyGov services. And this is all the information that we'll grab. For now, though, again, we'll hit skip. And now we're reviewing the documents that have been collected. So assuming that we did connect our bank account and MyGov services, you can see we've got some information here already. So a couple of bank accounts have shown up for John Doe and Tom Jones with an amount that's in there. And then if we click into this line item here, we can see the statements have been attached there as well. Now, I mentioned before that we were going to get a valuation on your property or on your vehicle as well. So we can see that's already come through, and it's given us a figure here. So 795,000 for the property and then 15,800 for the vehicle. Clicking into that, we can now see we've got the valuation that's popped up here as well. So your client has the option to download this and view it as well. But this is essentially what you will receive. So we've got the estimated value there, the price range, the confidence in there as well. There's location highlights from CoreLogic, recently sold properties with similar statistics in terms of bedrooms and square meterage. And then scrolling down, you've got other information about other properties, and then essentially where the other properties have been sold and what they've been sold for, what they were, whether houses or units, and then disclaimers and things like that down the bottom. Um, then going to the vehicle valuation here, you can see we've got our verification certificate. So this is essentially just giving us a brief valuation from Redbook of the vehicle. And what we go by is the average trade-in value. So you'll see the 15,800 is the same that we've put in for the valuation. And that's what we go by in terms of the approximate value. Scrolling down, you can see we've got our super details there as well. So that's just connecting from MyGov. We've automatically grabbed that information. And now moving back to bank accounts, if we did have a mortgage account or a credit card account attached to the bank account that we've logged into, it's going to come up in liabilities. So obviously there is an amount owing here on the credit card, 3,193. And then we would have mortgage information that would pop up here as well. Scrolling down, we've got our notice of assessments and tax returns all put in here for us automatically. But then we will need to manually input some information about our salary. So we'll go employer name, InfoTrack, we'll say sales, we'll say full-time, 10,000 per year, and then hit update. So now that's going to put some information in here for us, but it's also going to prompt us to upload some documents as well to support what we're saying. In this case, it's going to be our most recent payslips. Obviously, I'm not going to upload that. Your client doesn't have to. You will be notified essentially if there is no supporting documents. But now we can pretend that we're finished with this, so we can send to our solicitor. Just as we'll let you know as well, every time your client uploads a document in financial disclosure, it's automatically going to show up in your Smokeball Matter. It's basically like a sync function. So as soon as they put something in there, it's going to show up here for you. We'll also get a zip file once we're completed the disclosure as well, which I'll show you what that looks like now. So we'll submit the disclosure. And then in a few seconds, hopefully not too long, and there it is. So the difference with this zip file is, I'll open it up and show you. We've compiled every document that's been uploaded by your client into different folders. So we've got our assets here with our bank account, property, superannuation, and vehicles. So we go into our bank accounts. We've got the two separate ones that we saw before with the statement attached on each. We've got our property here. So every single address that they added in would have been put in here with the valuation attached in there as well. And then we've got our super information, and then exactly the same thing for our vehicle with the valuation there too. We've then got our income information here, so notice of assessment and then tax returns have all been attached there. Liability separated here, so credit cards, if we had a mortgage or anything like that, it would be there as well. We also have our bank statement analysis, so we'll open it up like this. And this is what you will receive. So going through this, we've got our account summary. So banker statements, we've got our transaction account, savings account, credit card account. You can see available balances on there. The wages that go through monthly from Centrelink or wherever it is. So that's our income section. You've got responsible lending. So, if example, we be able to see if there's gambling expenditure and whether it's how much it is per month, and then whether it's overdrawn monthly or whatever's happening with it. You've got liabilities, so all loan monthly payments would be this amount. Expenses such as rent would come up here as well, and then you can essentially just break down sort of everything that's been going through the bank account here, whether it's on groceries or telecommunications. And categorize debits. It's a very, very long report, but it gives you a lot of information. And it's sort of takes a lot out of your admin time. Going through this manually yourself can take quite a long time if there's quite a few bank statements that have been sent through. But we've found a way to essentially analyze all of that through Ilion. We've also got our summary report here as well. This gives us a brief overview of what we're looking at. So if the clients just sent this through, it'd be a good idea to jump into here. We can see, okay, they've got one property, one vehicle valued at this. They've got a couple of bank accounts with this amount in there. They've got their superannuation information. Okay, they've got a credit card. They might have a mortgage in terms of liabilities. And then we can see we've got our tax return and notice of assessment information. And then if they put their salary or wages in there, you'd be able to see that as well. Um, Yep, and that's essentially financial disclosure. We've automated a lot of the systems and taken out a lot of admin time for you. And the reason we've put it as a zip file in your practice management system is because we want it to be easy to share to the other side, which we know is important. And you also have the ability to resend this invitation if you do need to as well.